Welcome back to the Media Firestorm case studies. We're super excited to bring you another success story from Media Firestorm. My name's Angel Tuccy, and I am here to introduce it's Cordoba, right? Georges
Cordoba.
Cordoba here with me today. Georges, how are you doing today?
Very good. Excited to be here and being interviewed by you. I love it, but
I
I'm
love
doing
it.
great.
I love it too. Where are you joining us from?
The state of New Mexico. I'm in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I moved 2 years ago from Miami, Florida, over here. Here is where I went to school. I played NCAA tennis here, Division One tennis, and we love it. That mountain over there that you see in my background, I can see it from the back of my house, so I love it.
I love it. What a beautiful view you get to look at, and an incredible lifestyle you get to live. Well, Georges, tell us a little bit about your business and your background, and what brought you to Media Firestorm.
Yeah, well, I transitioned 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago, transitioned from being a CTO. I was a technology executive, but because of my cancer experience, I fought melanoma for 10 years. I had meds in the brain, and on year seven, I decided to go natural the holistic health journey. And this past July was my 12 years free of cancer, 12 years cancer free. And for the last, like I say, almost 8 years, I've been working. I transitioned from being a CTO, technology executive, to becoming a holistic health coach. That was all inspired because of my experience, and in particularly the taking a leap of faith and going natural, stopping all the conventional treatments, and with the blessing that my oncologist agreed that he would continue to do follow-ups for me. And so we continued 2 more years. He was just really impressed with my progress, and so I ended up writing a book about my story, became a bestseller. And like I said, about it was early 2000, 2017, that I decided to start my coaching career. And I've been doing that since then. And what I do is I work with people, primarily with people that are dealing with cancer or the threat of it,
Hmm.
and or threat of recurrences, or they want to prevent it, and I help them transform their health and vitality, whether they want to prevent the disease or they want to manage it to the point that they can transform their health and vitality. um, and I'm very excited. I was you guys, Media Firestorm, came to me like a blessing. I mean, I just did, the beginning of this year was pretty slow. And I've made some investments the last 2 years, becoming a hypnotherapist as well, a nutritionist. And so to add more value to my clients, but it was slow. So I had a chance to really, in a way, strategize, but also see my 7 years, almost 8 years, um, of revenue of clients and where they came from. And I realized that 80%, even though I was doing 2 to 4 podcasts a year, 80% of my discovery sessions and clients came from podcast
Wow, from
interviews.
only
That's
doing a
it.
couple a year,
Oh,
80% were coming from podcasts. Oh, what an incredible, lovely
yeah,
data, right, to have.
absolutely. And 20% was referrals, folks that just finished, or let's say it was somebody's sister that now was inflicted with cancer. Although I work, 30% of my clients are prevention clients. They just want to improve their health and get out of the stats that we have in the US, where 1 of 2 men will have cancer and 1 of 3 women will have cancer in their lifetime. Nearly 50% of our nation has 1 or 2 chronic diseases right now.
Mhm.
And if we don't change these trends by 2030, around the corner, half our nation will be obese, which we know the the implications of being obese it has with your health. And so we call it healthcare. If we don't do anything, things are going to change. But going back to Qualivita, the name of my company is Qualivita, which is two words. I put them together. That comes from Latin, and that means quality of life. And that's really one of the reasons I shift. I took a leap of faith, like I said, not the right time. It's never the right time. We just had a huge loss and a bad investment we made, my wife and I, and but I still made the transition to becoming a holistic health coach. I love it, and I have to let people know that they can move their mountains.
Mm-hmm.
The so far with your process, your whole process, and with email marketing, which I'm getting better. I'm getting there, but podcast, Angel, have given me the chance to actually. I love to do public speaking, sharing my story, and then people walk away with some great tips for health prevention and managing. I'm trying to improve that, but for in terms of podcasts, in this first 40 days, I've been averaging 3 a week, and just this week, I think the first one is going to go air out in YouTube. So I can imagine now with all these great interviews that I've been having, how this is going to change for me. Before it was 4 a year, and now it's two a week.
Right,
I,
right. It's
I'm shooting, like you guys said, to have being interviewed in 100 podcasts in a year. I don't think I'll have enough time to help so many people. It's 8 hours
that
a
is
day.
kind of a catch-22 with some of our clients. They're like, well, now I have so many leads, I have so much exposure, and now how do I scale my business from the visibility? So in the first 40 days, you have now been averaging 3 podcasts a week, and
Mhm.
now they're getting ready to release and to grow out, to come out into the public. But even in the meantime, before those podcasts were even released, you've actually started attracting clients leveraging
Yes.
sending an email that we are teaching you how to send emails, how to
Yes.
position those emails, and you've
And I
already
have,
started enrolling clients.
yeah, I have to say, I closed the client 3 weeks ago. We're gonna start next week. He's a CEO still. Well, actually now he's a consultant to CEOs, and he travels a lot. But yesterday, after we finished a wonderful interview with this podcaster that it's all about the brain gut connection.
Mhm.
He said, "Do you have some time?" And I said, "Yeah." It was towards the end of the day, and it turns out he wanted to be my client for a hypnosis, a rapid transformational therapy session, which is about a 2 hour session, an hour and a half. And by the time we finished the our talk, after we talked a little bit after he clicked, we finished the interview. He had already sent me the money for the session, and we're gonna have it this Friday. And so yeah, and I
So now
can
you're
just
you're attracting more podcasts, you're attracting more clients, and we've only been enrolled in Media Firestorm for 40 days,
yeah, 5 weeks.
right?
See, yeah.
How does that make you feel, Georges?
It makes me feel really, I've always feel like I've been a blessed person, and because of my experience with tennis and my 10-year battle with cancer, in beating the odds, I feel that now the universe is conspiring for my resilience and my patience to, I mean, like I say, you guys, I don't know how you found me, but I saw your email, and then the gentleman that you guys that I
Allie.
talked to,
Yeah.
yes, Ali, and it was just amazing. And I thought, well, I talked to my wife. I said, remember yesterday I told you, literally, it was the day after we talked, and I said, look, we got to find more podcasts. And it was a hard thing going right there from in my niche and finding, and I was lucky. Two of the podcasters really have a lot of following, and they're actually in need a guest. And it's from those two podcasts. Then I had one in 2022 and one in June 2021. Boy, I have helped many people. Then from other podcasts that are starters, like you said in your QA, sometimes I mean don't get distracted with how many episodes they've done, or it's you just send the message out there, and somehow somebody's gonna hear it and give you a call.
Somebody
Yeah.
is going to hear it. And your message is so important, Georges. And I'm so glad you're sharing it. And it's true. Like some of those starter podcasts, they have an audience, they have a following. And they're talking to your ideal client every single day in some community somewhere. They're just brand new in the podcast space. And so,
Mm.
what a great connection. Now, I know, Georges, that people are listening to this and they do want to learn more about transforming their health and their vitality. How do they connect with you and get more information about Qualia Vita?
Yeah, they can go to my site. There's a couple things there where they can go to my website, qualivita.com. And they can actually, by the way, there's an ebook that I give there, a freebie. Obviously, they give me their information to get in the newsletter, so they can schedule an appointment, a discovery session with me, and then we see if we are a fit, and then from there we just start working. The program is 3 months, it's 12 weeks, and if we meet every week, the same day at the same time. And then for each week, I give action steps, action guides. So anything that is not with action doesn't work. So
And
my
the
clients
results,
take,
right? And you get
yes,
results for
we
your
get
clients.
results. If the person is willing to do the work, like I did it without coaching to survive, they will experience transformation in their life, in their health. And also, it is interesting because when we hit the 90 days, 90% or more, they want to continue. So we go now every 2 weeks for a while. So in the average, a client stays with me about 6 months. We,
Nice.
we arrange a little bit of an adjustment in the investment because it's only every 2 weeks. And then every here and there, they want a session, they want to continue they like the accountability that
Sure. For
that
sure.
I provide for them.
I think that's
Yeah,
a big piece of the success with Media Firestorm is the accountability
exactly.
that we
I, mu-
provide.
I,
Georges,
I,
oh,
I must say real quick, I have been around many communities, Angel, and I have never seen one like you guys have. This is really, from the very get-go, I felt like I was somewhere in some family, and I just got in there after years, and I was welcomed, and the energy, the support energy between us, let's say coaches or whatever business we're in, but it's great. It's almost like I can't wait when you guys have this annual retreats and maybe, go over there and meet people in person. But it's just fascinating. And the dedication, you ask a question to Jamie or yourself, the process you have that every 2 weeks you come up on Fridays and he comes on Wednesdays. I mean, if you really want to do the work and be coached, there's no excuse for success in this program.
no excuse for success in this program. I love that statement. I might actually put that in the title. Georges, Jamie and I are so excited. We've been watching you from day one, going through the process, working through the systems, tweaking, monitoring everything. And we were just so excited. We're 40 days in, and look what we've already accomplished. And we
Hmm.
still have however many, right? 50 podcasts in 6 months is pretty incredible, and 100 over the course of a year. So we are so proud. We're so excited to be celebrating your success and so grateful that you're willing to share in this journey. Any final words, final remark, and then the it's qualavita.com, right? Is how we
Qualivita.com. Yes. Yeah, I like to share that no one will believe in you until you believe in you.
Mm. That's beautiful. Believe in yourself. Check out qualavita.com. Say hi to George's in the comments. George's, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Angels.
Check out the Facebook group at needaguest.com. That'll plug you in to our free community, and reach out to us if you want our help and support guiding you through getting booked on podcasts every single week. Cheers.